There's your National Guard troops. I'm not going to get close, but we'll get you all as close as we can. Yeah, that's the National Guard. Maybe we'll meet the National Guard guy that we talked to earlier. He seemed de-escalatory. I'll get you guys situated here. Yeah, they're attacking a tent right now. Looks like they're taking out a easy ups or something. I'll get some B-roll, see what happens. There's two state troopers over there. I don't know where APD is, to tell you the truth. From here. I'm sure they'll let me know. They're taking out homeless people's stuff right there, as you can see. People are people. There's no real such thing as homeless people, but that's just a descriptor for people that are citizens under the Constitution and afforded all the rights of any people, citizen or not, in the United States. Alright, there we go. Got you on a thing here. We'll do some B-roll. Hold on, y'all. Moving a little closer, y'all. See if we can get moving a little closer, y'all. See if we can get a little bit of. Looks like he's got some kind of thing on his back. I'm sure. Over here. There we go, y'all. Oh, it's on their backs. They got a crane. They got a little track loader, bulldozer. It is a Bobcat brand. We're going in for the kill. Taking somebody's stuff. I believe I know, maybe know the people that live down here. I'm not sure. But they've already chased or arrested everybody. Killing in the name of. We got a water. Called for water. Military getting their water on. Staying hydrated for the there's a bulldozer, a backhoe on it. Backhoe bulldozer, I'd call it. There's your military. There's your money. They could have housed these people instead of doing this, but that's not their Nazi intention. This is what fascism looks like. This is the anti-democracy. This is what the founders warned you about, the ones that wrote the Constitution, and the 4th Amendment and 14th Amendment, 8th Amendment, I believe the 6th Amendment apply here. They're definitely dumping loads in here. I'm going to show you the easy ups down here. There's, I don't know if you can see it, but there's, oh, I parked the, never mind. Everything's parked in front. Well, since they're not rolling, I think I can get a little B-roll here. I don't know. There's resource recovery right there. We got a bunch of vans in here with GIs. I want to get a pictures of those vans. There's like 3 white vans unmarked with your military personnel. There's lots of trash that they're not going to pick up that I passed on the way here. They're only going to go after people's camps. They're not actually going to do a cleanup. So don't let them lie to you about that. It's a sweep. They're just trying to marginalize people till they die or kill themselves or go to jail or die in jail or whatever. It's It's fascism. I don't want to call it Nazi, but it is. But you won't understand. I had just got an argument with a local neighbor guy that's following Save Austin Now as a white Jeep. And he says he's not a Nazi, but he follows Save Austin Now. No Nazis. I'm gonna get this load. I got one on B-roll here. We're under 5th Street, whatever, Lake Austin Boulevard, under Mopac. This is actually tilted a little bit. There goes, I don't know what else. It looks like there's a crutch possibly in there. I don't know. Military is helping. It's actually all military doing that part right there. They're all in olive drab, camo. About 15, 20 GIs just walked behind that truck. One of them walked behind me. Wearing a orange safety vest. They're all wearing orange safety vests. So in military expeditions, they're going to use, they're not going to use orange. But I guess when you're going after civilians, citizens of your own country, it's orange. Like duck hunting season. They don't want to shoot each other, I guess. I do not see any weapons here other than DPS. APD, I'm sure, them somewhere. But, yeah. They're all going into the woods there. The military just walked in the woods, about 20 of them. There's a good 20, 30 military here, present. Call them National Guard, but, you know, they're used for military operations. They're supposed to be reservists, I believe, veterans that continue their military service through reservists. There's some bags, looks like some clothing, I don't know, possibly trash. There's a bin full of people's belongings. There's a metal bin to keep the rats out of your food or whatever. It's gonna go. This is your government at work. This is what your taxes pay for, and this is what's going to happen to your house next. As this thing unwinds, they're going to run out of targets. And since they've been training on the poor, training on immigrants, they're going to come train on some of y'all next. You're not safe in your condo, in your apartment. Y'all are considered transient renters, and will be treated accordingly. It's easy for the banks to steal your home and do this. We know people, this has happened to their homes too, and their businesses. So even if it's not even legal, they do it. So even if you own your own bank, your own house paperwork, even if your house is paid off, they call it home stealing or something. There's a word for it, look it up. They're already doing it. There goes the skinhead that walked behind me. And they are crushing people's tarps. They're easy ups. There's just a bunch of easy ups over here. So like, I'm gonna tell you right now, these easy ups are usually made out of aluminum, so they can be lightweight. Little poison ivy looking stuff here. Poison oak, poison ivy, one of them. But these easy ups here, that is recyclable material. And that's a waste. If you want to talk about fraud, waste, and abuse. So we got all the military over here with some little hand carts. And there's a propane tank over there and like a cooler. They haven't gotten that yet. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to leave that. But there's a ton of trash that I passed on the way here that they're not going after. There's a, yeah. Housing is the solution. So I'm not just complaining, I'm giving solutions. Housing is... Just to let you know, they're taking a break after walking up 30 deep, and they've got Starbucks coffee right there and several carafes of it. They're going to be taking a break now that they're taking shifts. I don't know how many GIs can they get in here. How many GIs can they get in here? This guy's got some trash bags. So just to let you know, I'm not against picking up trash. I have some ideas in that direction that I would like to implement, because I'm definitely anti-trash and pro-environment. But as you can see, they're walking by the trash and they're polluting in their own way. So far I don't see any deforestation, but that's what the original guy lied to me and told me. The first one, if you check the live stream an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, whatever it was. It got ended by YouTube. It's typical. I try to put them on hold and go to the next scene. But we've got several of them over here, and GPS is still above me to the right of this. Hopefully this is not mirrored or anything. But there's your organization, figuring out where they're going to go, deep into the woods, like they're fighting enemy combatants, but they're actually just fighting homeless people for their property and for their survival gear, for their personal items, their medicines, their wheelchairs, their crutches, their walkers, their chairs. Like, a lot of people are elderly, a lot of people are disabled, a lot of people have other health issues, and they're not coming in here with any EMS. And if you know anything about trauma-informed policy and practice, you'll know that you need to have EMS here. You need to have EMS. But anybody comes up to me, ask them where EMS is. All right, y'all. I see 2 people in here watching. One is on the chat. I don't see anything in the chat. Oh, one gave a like. That's what it is. Thumbs up. Okay, I got 1 thumbs up. Super great. I don't really care about your thumb. Get out here and film. For real. Your community needs your help. Organize against fascism, against police oppression. Organize towards constitutional rights and common law. Organize against fascist dictatorships. Do something real. Organize for people to be cared for. People to get all the help that they need, including housing, but there's more help than that. And when we have a society that takes care of one another, we're going to have a different situation than we got going on right here today. Trust me. You can trust me on that. Well, I recognize the uniformed officer that said getting their coffee. It said that they were deforesting. They was clearing out some trees or whatnot. Clearing out human beings. There's their coffee wagon. Starbucks coffee. I don't know if I can get can I get that on video? There goes one of them. They already emptied one car. Oh, they're moving the Starbucks to the back of the van. Damn it. I missed it. Yeah, the Starbucks logo on the side of those carafes. I guess could have been Baskin Robbins, you know, instead, but it was Starbucks. They're hot. These are reservists. These are older. A lot of these are older officers, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, that guy wanted to go pee in the woods, and I'm standing here. So they didn't bring any porta potties. They're all going to just pee in the woods. You can go pee. I tell him he can go pee. It's a porta potty. Trying to do the universal sign for porta potty. Yeah. Starbucks goes right through you. Where's the porta potties? They didn't bring out porta potties? Huh? They didn't bring out porta potties?
Yeah, it's been used right now.
Oh, there's only one? Yeah. Okay, yeah, go over there. He didn't want to be on film pulling his wiener out in public, so he's going to go over there and pull his wiener out. I'm not going to show it. I know you want me to. I know some people out there want to see National Guard wieners, but I don't. Or he might be taking something else. Number 3. He might be going on number 3 after eating, drinking, whatever they're feeding, the government's feeding you. Alright, I'm going to get some B-roll. Hold on, y'all. Nah, never mind. I'm going to let y'all see this. I'll let y'all see what's going on from the side. So, the enemy within. Abbott thinks the enemy within is poor people that are trying to get housing from Abbott. Poor people are trying to get help from Abbott. So Abbott's targeting them as the enemy within, but like, if the people are the government, if the government's for, by, and of us, then aren't the enemies within government employees that would do things like this to impoverish people and order things like this? Not just the order followers, but the order givers, like Greg Abbott. Isn't he the enemy within our democracy, our free country that they used to call America? Now I don't know what you want to call it. Magadum. Dumb MAGA. Dumb. There's your chant for today. Dumb magadum. Dumb, 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 dumb magadum. I don't know, man. Throwing trash everywhere. Looks like dirt. Some of that was dirt. Why are they? There goes someone's, possibly their tent. There goes some easy up stuff, some aluminum. That aluminum is recyclable. Everyone should be wearing proper PPE out here. There should be EMS out here, trauma-informed care. The tent is stuck. He's gonna make a mess. I'm gonna back up, possibly. He's gonna make a mess, I'm sorry. And I think I'm downwind from some of that. I'm gonna go over here where there's a cross breeze. In here, there's a cross breeze. Is that too much spinning for y'all? I've been watching this for over 7 years just to make my head spin to see the military join in. The city's been destroying thousands and thousands of lives in camps every year. Thousands and thousands. Since the colonists first landed and first started raiding camps of indigenous people, this has been going on. So I'm kind of, my head's kind of spinning from all this. There's a giant tent slash tarp slash whatever. That's probably a 50-foot by something. That's a big one. It might even be bigger than that. Heavy duty green tarp. That's probably $200, if not more. And it's going to go to a landfill. And then someone's going to have to like go and earn enough money to get another one at Walmart or Harbor Freight or Academy or wherever people get things the cheapest and the easiest in their neighborhoods. If you're on a bicycle, you can outrun the bus. But if you're on foot, yeah, the city can be really fairly big and hard to get around. Not all the areas have paths to get off the road, and the police will arrest you for being on the road if you're poor. But if you're rich, it's okay. If you're rich and white, it's okay. This is just what I'm noticing as a member of the press. Don't get mad and angry and hurt. This is reality. If you don't like the reality, you can always create your own reality and fix this shit, so I don't have to talk about it all the time. I'm sure you've heard me talk about white supremacy, fascism, gentrification, colonization, and these terms before in American History X, American History Klan, American History KKK, Project Paperclip. You've heard me talk about this stuff. Well, here we are. The people in charge, they're Nazis. They would do this to you. They would put this bulldozer up to your house and cave it in on you if they were told to. They don't care. No conscience, no honor. Can we talk about honor for a second? Where's the honor? With the police, with law enforcement, with the National Guard. Where is the honor of these men? Disgusting, y'all. This guy's putting the cover over. So that's how they go down the road. I was following one earlier to down East Bend White on the access road, and he was letting out a bunch of green stuff. I don't know what company he was from, but he was it's bigger than this, and big old dump truck, I guess you'd call it. And he had a net on top, but everything was coming out the side. Paper was flying out. These things, when they go down the road at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, sometimes to the landfill, because they're not going to keep this property for them. See all that trash just fell out? Yeah, they're not going to keep the property for people. That was someone's backpack or something. No big deal. They're not going to keep it for you. They're throwing it away. They're hoping that you're not here, that you're in town getting food, getting services, signing up with your caseworkers, catching up with your health insurance, doing all the things that you take hours in line to do. They're hoping they catch you unawares out there trying to feed yourself and your family, if you have a family out here, so that they can wipe you out and make you go to prison and die, or die and go to prison, whatever. That's the plan. That's the plan, and you don't want to say it's fascism? OMG. Now who's delusional? Now who doesn't know what the hell's really going on? Because I'm filming it. Where are you? I know it's just like a little screen to you, but this is 360. Yeah, it's taking somebody's bags and throwing them on the... He's going that way. It says he's going that way, it says. They're arguing over if there's enough room for this load in there with the net. So you want to have it below the net so that it's flush with the top. You don't want to have any airflow through the sides. But they're going to have some airflow because the net is just like a big arm that folds back. It's just like a veil of trash. And so it's going to blow all up and down your freeways. And this is the best the Army can do, because they're not into precision. They're not into honor. They're not into anything but cashing a paycheck. And they couldn't find a better job. Here comes somebody's. They got a whole bag full of stuff there. A whole team pulling it up. I don't know if y'all can see that. The whole team pulled it up. They haven't said anything to me yet, and I'm glad, because they all took the same oath the police did, basically to honor the Constitution. Everyone has a constitutional right to be here, just like everyone has a constitutional right to film, just like everyone has a constitutional right to due process of law, to no unlawful seizures, to respect and dignity by the government that we pay taxes to. We all pay taxes, even if you're homeless. I know some people are homeowners and they think that they pay all the taxes, and, you know, it's really not true. It's really not true. Everybody pays taxes, and people that are poor pay more for everything than people that are rich. Just to let you know, y'all piss out money. A lot of y'all are cheapskates. Y'all don't even give out tips. So, and just in tips alone, we outspend you guys. Is this Lord of the Flies? Is this real? Is this 2025? What is going on? Got a case backhoe here. Pretty good size one. 500 Super N. That's your tax money right there. That could have been digging a well. That could have been cleaning a ditch so that there's no flooding. That thing could have been cleaning up actual trash along the river behind me, or trash to the right. Instead, they're just going after homeless people. It's cool. You're safe. You're safe. 2025 is your year. Here he goes. You have to climb these things like a primate to get up and down these things. I mean, that's why it has the handles, I guess. I had to move the mirror back. Now he's going to get up inside the AC. I guess that's the driver. So there's been rumors that military squads have been sent in to go and exterminate homeless people for years, chase people down and kill them. A friend of mine, I don't know if he's still with us anymore, because a lot of my friends have been murdered by whatever, the system, let's say, just by the system. Even if it's negligent homicide, it's still homicide. Even if they steal your, like, there was one lady named HYMN, him, and like hymnal, like a church hymn. And she, the city took her. She lived in a little tent with the things she needed to survive, a little bitty pup tent, a little dome tent, over on, I believe it was William Cannon. And one day before a freeze, the city of Austin and the police came and took her tent and everything she needed to survive. And she died in the freeze like 3 days later. She wasn't violent, wasn't hurt nobody, yet the city saw fit to exterminate her. Murder by the numbers. I'm sorry, I get choked up when I think. I didn't even know her, and I heard her story, and it's still hard for me. And there was no justice. This is the only place you're ever going to hear those stories. KXAN, KKKView, KKKUT, The Statesman. No one's going to tell you these stories. They're not going to tell you how there's no constitution out here, that the police and military have disavowed themselves of all honor. Here comes the news right here. He's all up in there. Let's see what happens. So if he's going in, let's see what happens to him. I'm gonna get pictures. The military's taking pictures too. I'm cattywampus. He's going straight up to what, DPS or something? What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? Ugh. Yeah, I recognize that photographer, I think. I recognize him. I think he works for the Statesman. Austin Sanders contacted me from the Statesman, so that would make sense. There goes the dump truck. It's leaving. They're on break now, so I'm gonna film a little bit. Now they're guiding their guys out behind the hole. Tell them not to come over here. There's a city right there. City working with DPS and the military against the homeless, against people of poverty, people without shelter, unhoused, unsheltered, whatever you want to call us. And I do say us. This is what it's come to. Yeah, the city's backing its truck back. That might be resource recovery plus the city people. Oh, they're pulling. They got a motor on their net. Look at that. I didn't notice that the military had a motor on the net. They got a motor on it. They go beep. They're going down there with the backhoe. City's going in. Joint operations. This is what joint operations means, I guess. Still genocide. Still stolen land. Instead of jumping out of airplanes to help people or to help fight against enemy combatants, they've turned the others into enemy combatants. They turned people that have nothing into their targets to practice. It's pretty psychopathic, sociopathic, misanthropic. It's pretty nasty stuff here. Tilted here. There we go, that's more like it. Well, I got a baseball bat there. Gonna come kill somebody? Kill somebody during a zombie apocalypse for the poor? So the military or police helicopter was circling earlier when I first got here. Down on this section. They're done with break. They're about to go back in again. I don't think there's going to be a public information officer. They would have already tried to approach me. DPS, if you want to know, if you're doubtful that DPS is up here, APD's, I don't know, they were on the other side, they were nearby. DPS is those two in between, those two dark vehicles in between, you can barely see, that's DPS. Nobody here has the proper PPE to be doing this work, specifically airborne contaminants, airborne respiratory protection. I do see that they have decent heavy-duty nitrile gloves. Everybody's got probably steel-toe, steel-shank military combat boots. There's a female there. And they do have hard hats on a lot of people, not everybody. But OSHA is a federal law and it applies to the military as well. In the United States. I don't know overseas. I don't think it applies overseas, but in the United States, there's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, so sometimes called OSHA, sometimes called the safety guy, and it's federal law, mandated by Congress, U.S. Congress, and it protects workers from unsafe working conditions, and sometimes from our own lazy habits, but, you know, whatever. But, it's a section, United States Code section 29 is the OSHA regulations. Another little powwow down here. There's nobody moving any equipment. I don't know where the other guy went. Where the other hear that? They're tearing down forest right now. That's what I heard earlier. They're coming out, the city's coming out with some forest. Tearing off limbs of trees. That one was green. Let's see, I don't know if this one's green or not. Yeah, that one's green. They're tearing out green foliage.
I just wanted to check. You know about the risk. Like, you've been watching long enough. You know what's going on, and you know where to stand and not stand.
Oh yeah, nobody's moving right now.
I'm just checking on you for safety.
Yeah. Well, is there a PIO present?
We do not have on site, but
Is anybody running body cams?
No.
No. Like helmet cam. I saw someone at a helmet cam type area. Is there helmet cams?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay.
I mean, the LE folks. I can't speak.
LEOs, yeah, they got their own stuff.
Yeah, I can't speak for them, but like for us, we're not reporting anything. We're just here to work.
Is there any EMS or any kind of critical care services for people?
We're getting a little deep into it, but I can refer you to my officer in charge. She's more than happy to help you out.
What's her name?
Captain Gerald.
With the little.
Yeah.
I saw her go that way.
She's wearing the normal hat.
Yeah, she didn't have a hard hat.
Yeah. So if you see her.
What's her name?
Captain Gerald.
Gerald?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Y'all stay hydrated and drink lots of coffee.
Hey man, I live here too. I'm worried about you.
I live here too.
I'm worried about all this.
Yeah.
Like
my friends, well, I have friends like that are personally affected by this and have died from this. So yeah, it's actually not very honorable. I don't know how to talk to Captain Gerald about honor. I mean, it's not an honorable thing. I don't think people sign. I already talked to one guy earlier. He said he didn't sign up for this. So, I think there's a matter of honor. Plus, just from a health and safety background that I have, an environmental health and safety background, you guys have good gloves, good hats. You don't have any respiratory protection. And there's a lot of dust. It's really dusty. Everyone in my friends is complaining about dust already just in the natural ambient air, and y'all are kicking up dust. So, I mean, maybe that should be addressed. Even a bandana. Yeah. I can buy y'all some bandanas, but they might be like Willie Nelson or something. I know. It's above your pay grade. I know. All right, well, advocate for people's rights. Oh, okay. I gotta go. So the coolers, propane heaters, anything you would need to survive the next cold snap, to keep your food, is going to be taken away. And the batteries down there, I didn't see the batteries, but there's some batteries down there. And actually there's some fire extinguishers that they're going to take. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'll try to get a B-roll of that. Oh yeah, man. I'm not the only one. These guys, some of these guys actually live out here and know what's going on and are having to do what Abbott tells them or they'll go to jail. So I'm going to make a retreat. Oh, there's their bathroom. They got a camp bathroom, like their or. Oh my God. This is not set up properly, but I don't know if y'all can see that. The camo tent right there in the middle, to the right of the post. That is their bivvy tent, as they say. That's where you go poop and pee in a bucket. Just like a homeless person. So if you're the military, you can come camp out. If you're some yuppie, you can come camp out. But if the government takes your house and everything you own, and you're fighting them in court or whatever, fighting for your decency, you can't go anywhere. The government is camped out under the bridge. As you see, they're camped out on their break under the bridge, doing their stretches, being human beings, but they dehumanize people. And there's some of your city people here. I hope the audio's working today. Shh. I'm not gonna cuss, but I hope it's working. Military equipment. They don't know who I am, but they think that they can BS me. They're not worried about my safety. There's nothing moving. They already took 2 loads. 2 trucks just left. Oh, no, actually, 1 truck went up into there. But like, it's over there, not near me. I'm a good 100 feet away from it. And they got a spotter there. So, they got some other guys hiding behind the post. Oh boy. The body cams and all that, and dash cams are far away from what's going on where they can't even see with the truck in front of them. So they're not trying to document any kind of actions that they're taking. They're trying to hide them. And that's typical bad cop mentality. And Greg Abbott, Ken Paxton, your DPS agents are cowards. Here's a bluff. Really not very good place to put a highway. That's another thing, is the highways are in bad shape out here, all over the cities. There's trash over here they're not going to get. There's an ice cream thing, but then there's trash on this hill up here that they're not going to go for. There's a whole bunch of trash falling down the hill. And yeah, I don't think that the city cares. I don't think the government cares. And I say the city and the state, and you see how it's just the government? The police are the government too. You see how all of it's the government? They got this sewer line here in the waterway. You can see it right here. And in flooding events, the sewage gets into your water. And they tell you to boil your water for sand. No, it's because they used gravity a long time ago, 50 plus years ago. They used gravity for sewage, and it's a bad design. I've been complaining about that for years. There's a lot of things I would clean up if I was the government. There's some trash right here. There's going to be trash and micro-trash all over the place, and that's going to take an army of people to clean up. And it's not going to be done by going after just poor people, because a lot of this stuff blows down the river, and in the rain, blows off the sides, out of people's parking lots. I see people at Walmart just dumping their diapers and everything else. And people in Austin are trashy. And I'm not just talking about the people in Austin. I'm talking about contractors, construction workers, and even the trash employees. I want you to look at the amount of trash behind this business emanating from their I don't know if you can see that. All that white is not snow. Those are bottles and trash, and I don't know, maybe it's a Target up there, I don't know, whatever it is. But like, oh, that's a highway actually up there. So yeah, and there's some employees up there too, it looks like. Yeah, they're all over the place. But they're not going to get up on the sides and clean it up. They're just going to clean up what's easy to get to at someone's camp. They're going to take people's camps. And I'm not saying that everybody has clean camps, but there's no trash pickup. There's no way to take your trash. Like, if you ever lived on the streets, you would know taking care of things is very difficult, if not impossible. My friend picked up a bunch of trash at a park, put it in bags, and the city got mad. Another one of my friends did a big volunteer park cleanup organized thing with the Keep Boston Beautiful, all that, and the Parks Foundation. And they got so much trash that the city said, whoa, you got like 3 tons of trash or whatever. You can't have that much trash, and we're not going to pick it up. And they had to negotiate with the city. Literally, if you put trash outside on the curb for the city to come get, they'll come target your camp. If you have a bicycle with a trailer, you can haul your trash to a dumpster, and they can still come after you for using a private dumpster, for criminal trespass, things like that. They're always trying to criminalize poor people to keep them. And I'm not even going to say that the trash is all coming from poor people over here. The trash, I've talked to several people that live in encampments, and the trash is dumped by house people that hate the homeless. They dump stuff. They set places on fire. A lot of these fires that you're hearing about, that's those fascist right-wingers from Save Austin Now, and their sycophants, whatever you want to call them, their followers, that they can't read this. It's pretty pretty. But they set people's stuff on fire. It was in the news. There was a couple Karens, white Karens, that tried to set a here. Sorry, y'all. And they got caught on camera buying gasoline at the gas station right next to it. And there's people that have shot at camps that work with Save Austin Now and Central Texas Gun Works. There's some right-wing extremists, basically Nazis. All these MAGAs, right-wing extremists, are basically Nazis, and I get that from other people who have escaped Nazis in their heritage and fight white supremacy now, and they tell me, yes, they're all just basically Nazis. There's all this trash that this city and the government's not going to get. So these are the sanitary sewers in the waterway. These are higher than normal. Normally they're really low to the ground and they get flooded. And that thing in the middle that you think is a path is actually their sewer line covered in asphalt. It looks like asphalt has hydrocarbons. It has there's pieces of pipe that have been abandoned by the city. The city's just trashy, and that's what I want to say, is the people that are visiting Austin are trashy, the people that live in Austin are trashy, and that, like, people's brains are trashy. This bamboo needs to get eradicated. Bamboo is real invasive. Lots of invasive plants in here. Nandinas, ligustrum, the trees and bushes that need to go. Bamboo is super invasive, unless it's a clumping bamboo, I think. Oh, I'm lost. So here's another one. It's a maze back here. It's just a maze. I know where I'm going though. It's just a maze. But yeah. So the government camping and resting, acting homeless and pooping in the woods, that's okay. But if if an actual normal citizen does it, it's wrong. So the government can do things that you cannot. Just think about that for a little bit. The government is above you. And that's not a democracy. Democracy, the individual, democratic republic, an individual is the most important person in the government. But we don't have any rights. They've ignored me. I'll be talking to City Council on Thursday, hopefully, if everything goes as planned. And we'll see what they say. Be there at noon. City Council, if y'all want to speak up about what's going on. Just come and bring a sign that's small. They got a limit on your free speech at Austin City Council. Y'all know where it is? It's on East Cesar Chavez. He was a labor organizer against United Fruit. This is Nandina right here. This is a terrible, terrible, the city of Austin's scourge. It's just everywhere. Anyway, it needs to be removed. So those are the kind of projects we need to do. But we need to organize people. We need to organize help for people. We need to organize housing for people. We need to organize lawyers. So can we talk for a second about where the lawyers are? Where's the lawyers? Hello, lawyers. Austin Lawyers Guild, National Lawyers Guild. Y'all know I've been doing this work forever. Y'all know what kind of work Greg Abbott and the fascists were going to do. I told you this stuff was going to happen. I'm trying not to get mad, but here we are. Here we are. Slam Pig McGruff comes down here and targets poor people early morning hours. Y'all knew that people's rights were going to be violated. And you're supposed to be smart. I thought you lawyers were smart. If you're smart, you'll be proactive and not reactive. If you're smart. But I don't know if you're smart. Just do something smart. Link up. Let's fight these guys in court. Obviously, these National Guard people are being put in an uncomfortable position. And they don't have a union or anything. They just got the government telling them what to do because they're stupid. Don't let the government tell you what to do. You're supposed to tell the government what to do. So yeah, it's time to sue. I've got several lawsuits that I want to file. I'm ready. There's a lot of rights that need to be defended. I've been trying to defend them kind of like on my own in a way. I mean, not totally. I got friends and stuff, but like, a lot of times I got to push everybody around me to do stuff because nobody wants to do nothing. Everyone's comfortable. This is not comfortable for a lot of people. And the people that need to do it can't. They're just too busy surviving. So, yeah. Let's go see what the yuppies are up to. Y'all want to see what the yuppies are doing while that's going on? Okay, I hear you. There's your corporate image. Trash everywhere. Trash all over the place, having nothing to do with any homeless people. There's somebody's mail from the electric company, TXU. That's not a homeless person. Homeless people don't get electric bills at their house. Here's a yuppie. Lots of MAGA yuppies out here, for real. This is hike and bike trails, all this, all this stuff. Most of it's like they went deep in, the government went deep in, the military went deep in to go find people. And they're not that. If there was a disaster, if there was like a natural disaster, ooh, something's living over there, a squirrel. What? If it was a natural disaster, the National Guard could be called in to build temporary shelters for people to help with food and clean water supplies, filtering water, sanitation, all the things that a human being would need. But since they're being told by the governor to go attack people, none of that's present. They don't even have EMS present. They don't have any trauma care. They don't have anything for anybody for the disabled, the veterans. They don't have anything for anybody. And yeah, they didn't even give themselves bathrooms. So this is the people that jog on the hike and bike trail. Since towing is enforced, they're enforcing towing here. If you have a bicycle or anything, from October 3rd to October 12th, towing, lakeside towing. Good times. Good times. Why is this thing still up? I mean, like, it's October 12th. Shit's not active. It's not active. It's past October 12th. It's like October 21st or something. Be recycled. But yeah, this is a Turk's cap. If it wasn't in this environment, all dirty and full of chemicals, this is something you can eat for vitamin C. It's a native wildflower that's edible. As far as I know, only the flower though. And I have eaten them before. They don't taste bad at all. Yuppies go on their little lives calling for the police to hurt others, and they get away with it. Whatever they get away with, they get away with. If anything ever happens to them, they just pay for it. They just pay the fine, get their car back, pay the fine, get out of jail, pay the fine, pay off their tickets. These aren't the people that are going to fight for your rights. These yuppies don't give a crap about other Austinites. They're not really Austinites if you don't give a crap. But that's really part of Austin's culture, is taking care of people that are less fortunate, keeping it weird, allowing for hippies and whatnot. So, not really. Trying to get this tripod. Tripod's not working right. I mean, it's working right, but it's not working right. Here's another one that's torn, towing and forth. I mean, it's Austin High School, so whatever. All right, I'm standing at the Veterans of Foreign Wars Memorial, or I'm entering it right now. And here's the memorial for the Korean veterans. This monument is dedicated to those of the armed services who served during the Korean War, and we memorialize those who gave their lives. From June 25th, 1950 to July 27th, 1953. There's some names here: Johnson, Truman, Lindquist, Charles. So, and then there was another memorial over here, possibly for Vietnam or unknown soldiers, or I don't know. So that, you know, I'm not even getting into it. The Military Order of the World Wars, Austin Chapter, Vietnam Memorial, honoring the members of the Armed Forces of the United States from Austin and Travis County, Texas, who served and died during the Vietnam conflict, erected by the Austin chapter of the Military Order of the World Wars through the contributions of grateful citizens, organizations, and businesses, dedicated May 26, 1980. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. John 15, verse 13. I noticed they didn't say the grateful, it said grateful citizens. They didn't say the Grateful Dead. And I noticed that they said that it's a conflict, armed conflict, because it wasn't an official war. And then a bunch of names here. You can go through them yourself here. You can come visit. So it's just starting with A to Z, you know what I'm saying? A to W, okay. But anyways, here it is. But yet, the genocide and economic war on the poor. Where is the outrage for when citizens are targeted by the government? The same military targets the government. When is that okay? And when is that how does that compromise the honor? As you see in the live stream earlier when I talked to that one gentle person who said he lives here, he feels bad for what they're doing. Here's USMC. This is, what is this one? Military Order. What is this? I can't read it. Military Order of the World War, Austin chapter, dedicated May 28, 1984. I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It says it right there. From the oath of the armed forces, to honor those service personnel of Austin, Travis County that gave their lives in hostile action. Okay? Not against the citizens. You're supposed to be defending us from the government, not joining in the government. So there's a lot of honor issues that are really heavy, and we need to sort this stuff out. And to make these recruit, I don't know, what do you call them? Reservists in the National Guard dishonor themselves, killing in the name of, for Greg Abbott and MAGA, just so they can other people instead of helping people. The government should be sued, and Greg Abbott should be sued for allowing people to be homeless and not giving people homes and not funding homelessness. Same thing should go for the federal, state, local, county governments. They should all be sued for all the embezzlement they've done and all the lack of care that they've done for people. That's everybody has a civil right for that. So that's my opinion. It's time to sue. Call the lawyers. Send lawyers guns and money. The shit's hit the fan.